What is up, gentlemen? On today's video I'm bringing you my top 3 worst Call of Duty games of all time. Make sure you leave your top 3 in the comment section below so that we can compare our top 3s, and I know that there's gonna be a war in the comment section. But yeah, with no further ado, in number 3 we have Modern Warfare 2. Hey guys, come on, chill man, just let people finish what they're saying, alright? Just let me finish. We have, trust me, we have Modern Warfare 2.5, which is MW3. Now I don't know why the game was called MW 2.5, because if MW3 was actually MW 2.5, it would have been a biblical game, but it isn't. For example, MW3 sucked dick, especially when the game was the most recent Call of Duty. Right now it's actually playable because it has less people playing online, but when it was the most recent Call of Duty, the game was infested with lag and the hit detection was terrible. In MW2 you don't suffer from these two issues, alright? MW2 doesn't suffer from these two issues. It doesn't have lag, it doesn't have bad hit detection, you shoot motherfuckers, they die. In MW3 that didn't happen. The heartbeat sensor was also a problem in MW3. All freaking nerds and their mothers used the heartbeat sensor. All you saw were motherfuckers crouch walking, looking at their motion sensor, heartbeat sensor I mean, sitting in corners waiting for you to pass by to shoot you on your ass. The motion sensor spam was also terrible. Tryhards, campers, everyone used this thing because it had no penalty when you use this thing. There was no penalty when you use this thing, alright? So you could throw it like you throw a frag grenade. It's that easy. You can throw it while running. And if it was like the motion sensor from Black Ops 1, where you actually have to place it down, it takes like 1 second to do it. It takes you out of the game for that period of time, and you are vulnerable when you do that. I believe that it wouldn't have been so much used. The death streaks. This was something that was in MW2. People hated the death streaks, and you know, they were like, you know what, let's bring these motherfuckers back and let's give them steroids. So all you saw were motherfuckers on the left blowing up with a pocket nuke, aka Dead Man's Hand, motherfuckers on the right pooping frag grenades with martyrdom, motherfuckers in front of you on their knees with last stand like little bitches. So these things were terrible. It's freaking hilarious to use death streaks and troll people with them, but when people use them against you, it is very annoying because they kind of ruin your streaks, this and that. It's bad. The kill streaks were also a problem in MW3 because they sucked due to the spawn protection mainly. Now the spawn protection lasted for like 5 seconds, so you spawn, and for 5 seconds you are immune to any kill streak, so no kill streaks can kill you for 5 seconds, and this kind of made kill streaks suck because a 60-second kill streak would only last like, would only have like 30 seconds of actually some it would be useful for 30 seconds due to spawn protection, so it sucked, even though you had Pavlov's AC-130s just like in MW2, but they sucked because of that thing, spawn protection. Some perks were also annoying, just like a Stalker, which made people move super fast while aiming down the sights, while going around corners, and when you have these perks that mess up with the speed of the game, it kinda also messes up the hit detection. It makes the hit detection bad. Marksman was terrible because it was kind of like, I don't know, your name popped when the name of the enemy popped when you were aiming down the sights while using Marksman. If you were behind a smoke grenade, and if somehow the enemy could see a dot of your body, your name would pop through the smoke, and it was a very overpowered this perk. All freaking campers, head glitching behind barrels, use this thing. The assassin and blind eye spam was also terrible because every freaking nerd used this thing, and they made kill streaks even more useless than they were by default. The spawns were terrible, just like the maps, and obviously you have the good old overpowered guns like the ACR, which was used by all freaking nerds, and also the FMG9s, which were too powerful for a secondary weapon. So the bottom line is that when MW3 came out, it was garbage, absolute garbage. Right now it is good because it has less people playing online, less sweaty tryhard, so right now it's actually enjoyable if you can find a lobby without any hackers. In number 2, gentlemen, we have Titanfall 2. I mean Advanced Warfare. Now they try to innovate with Advanced Warfare with the exosuits, but those things suck to me because I believe they don't belong in the game. I've been playing Call of Duty since Call of Duty 4, and Call of Duty has always been a boots on the ground game. And Advanced Warfare is nothing but bunny hopping all over the place. All you see are little kids all happy bunny hopping, and I don't like the bunny hopping because, as I said before, Advanced Warfare, all Call of Duties were boots on the ground. I didn't ask for a change, alright? All I want them to change every time a new Call of Duty comes out are the kill streaks. I want them to make fun kill streaks, fun equipment, good maps, good guns, and that's all. I'm happy. Don't you ever touch the fucking boots on the ground gameplay. The hit detection was kind of bad because of the boost jumps, of how fast people move because of that. It kind of feels like in Black Ops 2. The kill streaks also sucked, all other than the assault drone and a few others like the support streaks, because you can always you will get them no matter what, no matter how many times you die. Other than that, the kill streaks were garbage. The system hack, oh my god, what the fuck were they thinking? The damn thing covered the entire screen for like 60 seconds, you couldn't see anything. You know, I know we got patched, this and that, but I believe it was too late for some people because they had stopped playing the game already. The system hack was spammed like 5 times during the same match for like 3 months or something. It was crazy. There is no map control in Advanced Warfare. That just doesn't exist because people can come from all directions due to the exosuits, the dash, and all that stuff. And this is especially annoying when you're trying to play solo, domination solo, and you have to cover, like you're capturing a flag, you have to cover 20 places where the enemy can come from, and you have to do it by yourself, and it's impossible. There is no gun variety, gentlemen. I'm sorry, there isn't, because all you see are the Ball 27 and the ASM-1 and also their variants. These supply drops were a good idea if they only gave you like care packages and clothes and whatever equipment, but when you're giving the most overpowered guns randomly, you know, it's just a terrible idea because that is not fair, alright? So, if it would have been fair to give the most overpowered guns, you know, if people had to earn them, alright? If people had to complete challenges, it would have been okay, but, you know, this is only a matter of luck. Some people get these things and they will use them and it's gonna be easy mode, while everyone else has to wait for luck to knock on their door, and until then, they will have to use their shitty-ass enlisted weapons. Advanced Warfare also became a pay-to-win game, which sucks in my opinion, because you know, by being a pay-to-win game, you have the option of buying supply drops, which will always get you at least one of the best elite guns, and if you can't buy them, you are still fucked. So there, you know, there's some people who can't buy supply drops, and again, it's not fair. The punch was cool, it looked nice, it was a cool change from, you know, the good old knife, but it didn't work because sometimes you were like on the enemy's face and nothing happened. The spike drone sucked compared to the throwing knife, and there's also the explosive probation in the start of every match, which is very annoying. And finally, people kind of say, oh, why don't you if you don't like exosuits, why don't you play the no exo playlist? Well, if the maps are already garbage in my opinion with exosuits, right, then without exosuits they are completely, I mean, there's no word to describe how bad the maps are without exosuits. And finally, gentlemen, in first place, we have the worst Call of Duty ever, the worst Call of Duty of all time, which is Black Ops 2. Now, the reasons why... hold on a second, gentlemen. Hold on. Oh my god, it seems that we have made a mistake, gentlemen. It has been a misunderstanding right here. Okay, I'm getting new information at any time. Oh my god, you're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe this. Oh my god, Black Ops 2 is actually the best Call of Duty of all time, and you're not gonna believe this, alright? The worst Call of Duty ever is actually Ghosts. Oh my god, this is unbelievable. Ghosts is the worst Call of Duty ever. Oh my god, they gave me so bad, so I apologize for the misunderstanding, gentlemen. Black Ops 2 is the best Call of Duty ever, and it will always be the best, but I mean, Ghosts is so terrible, gentlemen. I mean, why does it even exist? Now, let me tell you why this game is garbage. First of all, the hit detection is terrible. You shoot motherfuckers, and they just refuse to die. It's like you're shooting marshmallows and they eat them. The game is full of lag. I've never seen so much lag in a Call of Duty game. Call of Duty 1 has a better connection, online connection than Ghosts, because all you see when you play Ghosts are people skipping all over the place. It's impossible to kill them with so much lag. There is no gun variety, alright? Advanced Warfare has a better gun variety than Ghosts, because in Ghosts people use the same guns over and over again. All they use is the Remington, the AK-12, the Honey Badger, the FAD, the ARX, the MTAR, the Vector, the K7, the Bulldog, the Chainsaw, Riot Shields. There's no gun variety, gentlemen. The kill streaks are not fun at all, alright? You cannot make biblical combinations of 3 or 4 different kill streaks at the same time. You can only have like 8 juggernauts at the same time. Are you fucking kidding me? So are you telling me that you can only have 8 juggernauts at the same time while you're playing you know, a 6v6? Are you fucking kidding me? That's a complete joke. You can only have a dog, a squad mate, and an AI Juggernaut while you are inside a Juggernaut suit. Again, this is complete garbage, this is boring, and pretty much the kill streaks suck in Call of Duty Ghosts, because it takes too much tanking to make certain kill streaks work much better. And I mean, we're playing Call of Duty, right? We don't want to have to use our brain, because that's too fucking hard. The game is also lacking a lot of features. For example, there are no LMG target finders. There are a few things very close to the target finders, but they are not as good as the target finders. So if Ghosts had target finders, the game would have been much more enjoyable, much more fast-paced. There is pretty much no C4 and no EMP spam, even though you have both things in Call of Duty Ghosts. But I mean, we cannot spam these things because Scavenger did not refill them, so it's kind of garbage. Because I mean, I'm very good at throwing C4s and EMPs, and usually my what I do is I throw 100 C4s and 350 EMPs in a single match, and I cannot do that in Ghosts, all right? And it's something that takes a lot of skill, so I can't do that in Ghosts. There are no shock charges, all right? This is terrible, because sometimes when I'm rushing inside the building, right, looking through the window with my thermal LMG, you know, just moving fast, looking through the window, sometimes I like to plant some traps by the doorway, right? But there are no shock charges, so I have to plant IDs. Now when the IDs go off, sometimes they kind of hurt me, they still damage me, and that's terrible. And you know, if I had shock charges, I wouldn't get damaged, and I would just shock the enemy, they wouldn't move, and I would be able to kill them. So I kind of think that shock charges would have been great. And also IDs kind of ruin, when they explode, they ruin the frame of the doorway. And shock charges are non-lethal like weapon thingies, and they wouldn't damage the doorway frames, the frames of the doorways, and I kind of like those things. Also, the walls are not made of paper, alright? This is terrible, because when I'm shooting a motherfucker, right, and he hides behind, and he hides behind like 5 walls, I want to be able to shoot him through 5 walls, and that does not happen in Call of Duty Ghosts like it happens in other Call of Duty. So that is complete garbage. There are also no hunter killers nor RCXDs. These are some of the most, you know, kill streaks that these are some of the kill streaks that take a lot of skill to use. They are not annoying at all. No one complains about them, and it's just I feel terrible, you know, for not having the ability to use these kill streaks in Call of Duty Ghosts, because they take a lot of skill to use, and I'm a player with lots of skill, and I like using these tanks because they're not easy mode and they're not annoying at all. So no one would be annoyed if I use these tanks in Ghosts. So these are the reasons why Call of Duty Ghosts is the worst Call of Duty of all time, gentlemen. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like my shit, comment, subscribe. Do not forget to leave your top 3 worst Call of Duty games of all time. And before you go, don't forget to click on the annotation on the screen why Call of Duty Ghosts 2 will be the best Call of Duty ever. So I will see you next time. Peace.